And I'm in my office as usual with my epic sticker wall behind me. Anne, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name's Anne Krupke. I am a white female with purple hair that's down today. I'm wearing a green sweatshirt, and I've got my virtual dynamics background behind me.
And we are so excited to be joined with a special guest today, Eric Pegors. Eric, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Pegors. I'm a colleague of Rachel and Anne, Fast Track Solution Architect, and I am coming to you from the Microsoft office in Fargo, North Dakota.
Fargo! Are you like into hockey, Eric?
I am not.
What?
I did go to UND, which has a Division I hockey program, but I'm not as much of a fan.
That's okay. We still are glad that you came to join us today. I can't really say that I'm into hockey, but it's kind of a cliche thing to assume that someone from Fargo is into hockey. What about March Madness, right?
Felt the same. Yeah. No, I like basketball. I like basketball. Probably a little more than hockey, but.
Hand egg. What about hand egg? Are you into hand egg?
I don't know what that is.
Football?
That's football.
Oh, I am into football.
That's what we Americans call football. Hand egg.
All right. Yes, I'm into football.
Okay. Well, let's get serious, Eric. What is top of mind for you today? About dynamics. Let's maybe about dynamics.
Yeah.
I think our viewers might appreciate that.
Sure. Today, top of mind is financial tags.
Financial tags. So what's super exciting is that we've had a lot of people on the last couple of sessions that have asked some questions about financial tags. So what about it? What are these financial tags?
Financial tags are it's a feature that allows you to get values from your transactions into the general ledger. So, and you can do it without, all you need to do is configure them. You don't need to write custom code. So typically, or previously, before financial tags, the only way to do that was to use a financial dimension. And as I'm sure we all know, and you've covered on this show before, you shouldn't use a financial dimension just to get a value into the general ledger. Dimensions are meant for trial balances, financial statements, that sort of thing. A lot of summarization, values that get used over and over again. So making a sales order ID a financial dimension is a pretty, can you say terrible?
Yeah.
Is that within the rules? It's a pretty terrible idea.
It's not for vanity. So
I mean, if you sell yachts, it might be okay, but in general, it's not.
What about the VIN number? Can we put the VIN number in the general ledger if we sell yachts?
No. Well, again, with yachts, you can get away with it, but when you sell Walkmans, you can't.
Basically anything
else. Walkmans?
Anything else.
Basically anything that's not a yacht.
Creativity is like.
Yeah. Walkmans. I don't know. The Walkmans don't have serial numbers either. I can't think of, but.
So
a serial number is a bad idea.
Don't really do. They're like.
Well,
next to financial dimensions, we're not using them to replace financial dimensions.
They're sort of an alternative for when you don't want to do a trial balance. You just want. Typically, the thing that they're used for is to link individual debits and credits together, and there will be a settlement feature that is able to match up your ledger settlement debits and credits based on if they have the same financial tag value, that sort of thing. So you want to see them on the voucher transactions form. That's where you sort of consume them. You see them and maybe you'll do a filter or maybe the ledger settlement, but they show up as just another column. And this is probably enough of an intro to that I can do a short demo just to show you the basics, and we can take it from there.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
You're really making Anne and I look terrible with your
we never do
demos that you didn't even prepare for.
Well, I've been preparing. I've done this one many times actually. So I said it.
While you're getting ready for this, I just want to remind our viewers, if you do have a question, it can be about these financial tags or anything else for that matter. Feel free to put those into the comments and we'll try to get them addressed. Eric, back to you for the live demo.
Sure. I am going to go through the motions to get them set up quickly. They're already set up in this environment, but I literally set them up less than 15 minutes ago because this environment has not been on 10.0.32 that long, and this is that's the first service update where they're available. So
could you zoom in just a little bit?
Oh,
I think it might be hard to see
I
your
sure can.
screen.
Yep, that's on my second monitor. It's a little. How's that?
Much better.
Well, maybe
I can read
That
now.
is
That
that
might be
okay?
a little bit too good.
way better.
Yes, that's better.
Okay. So there's financial tags. And it's already enabled, like I said, and I will quick go to the first thing you need to do. Again, it'll tell you if you do it in the wrong order, but you need to pick a separator similar to a dimension separator. I've been using the tilde when I set up environments, but there's a few options in there. Then I'm going to go to the financial tags form, and I believe that the number is 20. There's a docs article. I can.
Can we paste that
You mean
into
the max
chat?
Yep.
number of?
I think the max is 20.
Okay.
How do I?
20 of these. So in addition to your financial dimensions, you can have up to 20 financial tags.
Yep. I'll put it here. Can you move it over to the?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So I set up the customer tag as a list and it's customer accounts, and I'll just do a new one. I'll throw it away. But if I set it to list, then there are like the account types for journals and other kinds of things where you'll get a lookup for these values.
Yeah. Is that list fixed?
This list is fixed, yeah.
But can you extend it if you wanted to add something else to it? Like if you made a custom table?
There's another type. It's called a custom list. And then just maintains the list. Once you have it, you can do tag values. So you can add values to the list. One interesting and important thing to note is that these lookups and lists are all optional. You can type in any value you want, even for the customer tag. It doesn't have to be a customer ID. There's no validation. It'll accept anything.
Does it give you a drop down though with your customer IDs?
It does. It does. And with your custom list as well. So
what if you wanted it to be restricted to the values in the list? Is that something that you can do, or?
There's no support for that today. I think that would be a great thing to put on ideas and to talk to us about.
Yeah.
Yep. So
what about extensibility? Like, so if people want to extend this and add validation or something, can they extend it, or are these objects private?
I have not explored it that much yet. I guess when I introduced myself, my background is I was on the GL team prior to being on the fast track team, but I have not explored it. But that's on our list, both my list on fast track, and we work with R&D, finance R&D on this. So to see what we need to do to open up some more scenarios. These are great things.
So you're going to show us how to use it now?
I am. So I had created those and I activated them, and now I am just going to. This is a. No.
You're going to make a general journal? I don't always make journals, but when I do, I like to make general journals.
Yes, and so the setup experience and the general journals are the only thing that's supported in 32. The vendor and customer payment journals were added in 33, and there's more coming, more support coming, more journals, and then documents like free text invoice coming. So stay tuned, and some of that is in the release plan. Let me get.
That's good to know. Good to know. So while you're creating this journal here, what about like uploading a journal? So these financial tags, like, can you like make a journal upload template that has the tags and then?
Yes, you can. So
Okay.
you could use it in integrations, that sort of thing. The general journal entity, I believe that the one that's used by DMF does support it for sure. I've used that one, and I think that I'm pretty sure that the header and the line that are used for the Excel add-in also for the general journal also support it.
Great.
Yep. So that's not what I wanted to do.
Sorry, I keep distracting you while you're trying to
No,
make a
no.
journal entry.
8.
How would you rate your 10 key skills, Eric?
I would give them about a 3 key on the 10 key scale.
Got it.
What's the 10 key scale?
It's the scale of 10.
The scale
Which
of 10.
but which 10?
All 10. 0 through 9, 10.
Okay.
Do you know what we're talking about when we say 10 key, Anne? Maybe not.
Is that like shortcuts and stuff? Or what?
boy.
No. So on your keyboard, there's the 10 keys over here.
Oh, the number pad?
Yeah,
Okay.
the number pad. Yeah.
Like, it's the number pad.
Uh-huh.
It's referred to the 10 key. So accountants
They have a
do
machine,
lot
like
of
an
10
old
keying,
adding machine with the
'cause
tape.
they're like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, way back in the day when they just had adding machines sitting on like calculators. For those of you who aren't sure what an adding machine is, that's just a calculator. If you've ever heard of that, it's basically how fast you can like type numbers on the 10 key.
Gotcha.
Right. Little.
It's an accounting joke.
Little
I
time
don't
travel.
have an
Very
accounting
good one.
background.
It's
so-
like an accounting inside.
We knew that, Anne.
I
We
don't
could
know
tell.
what.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Well,
to
I just
leave
made
you
it
out.
super obvious.
But
All
now,
right.
now everyone knows.
Yeah.
Thanks for
So
asking.
don't ask me to do your finances for you. I don't do taxes either. I do my taxes. Like I just anyway.
We knew what you meant. You don't do taxes for other people.
I don't even do my own taxes. I have somebody else do that. But
It's all
back to
good.
you, Eric.
Right. So I
Now
am
that we're done
just-
talking about tax evasion.
I am
Don't
going
forget
to
to get your
just-
taxes in. You've got like a month left or less.
So I think it's like 17 days, 16 days, 17 days.
Oh, that's a lot less than a month.
Unless you file for an extension.
Okay. So we can add financial tags.
So it looks
Yeah,
like
we're
your
gonna
demo's
try.
going really well here with the error messages.
Yeah. So I can. It should not care if I just enter this in.
How does it know which one's first?
They're ordered in the order of that.
The setup list?
Yeah. Right. But this is what happens when you don't.
Like you off-roaded it for us because we
Yeah.
Are you
questioned.
sure you activated it?
Oh, they're not. I thought I did, but they're not active. Oh, this is what I forgot to do. I forgot to put them, select them when I hit OK. So, okay, I didn't look. I just clicked. So
Now, like if we refresh this page, they'll say active now, right?
and literally every time I've done this in the past, I've done exactly that.
Also, really random, but like, what do you think of the new back button instead of the close button? Thumbs up,
Well,
thumbs down.
I'm okay with it, but I wish it was on the same side as that.
It's definitely
the-
muscle memory that I'm
Yeah.
having to relearn. Although I actually always used to just hit the escape key. Like I wouldn't click.
I would
just
tend
hit
to
It
as
still
well.
can though,
I would-
right?
I don't know. I assume so.
It still works, yeah.
Okay.
So now if I can just
So it
I'll
asks
do
you
one.
like which one?
Oh,
Yep,
so when
it
you put the
sorta knows.
delimiter, will it apply them to the values?
Oh,
Could not be resolved. What did I?
Maybe you need to
I'll just, let me
refresh
try
the
the lookup.
form.
I did close the, I don't know how to, I need to have somebody teach me how to use it. So it did work.
but it
And I don't-
maybe like, so if you edit that US 001 and make it say US 002 now, will it save that?
No, it won't.
No.
So
It
So
seems
maybe
like
it
it is
does
validated.
validate when you have
like it is doing
predefined
some
values.
validating. So I guess I thought I'd set some up that were a list, but maybe not. So anyway,
Right,
okay.
it's cool. We're learning on the fly. I think
That's how I like to do it.
this is a great learning experience, I think.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I'm wondering.
That's not super happy with that. No, I guess I don't know if that's an actual. Go ahead, Anne. Sorry.
Can you put it into like a business scenario of like what's an example of where somebody would want to use a financial tag and what financial tag they would set up for that?
They could, if they want to, like, know which. I think one of the examples was in the GL. They want the vendor so that they can reconcile their debits and credits and do the settlement.
Okay.
Link them together and then settle them so that they're effectively removing the clutter.
And was the reason we made this feature was that because people were using financial dimensions incorrectly to do that kind of a thing, and we wanted to give them a good way to do it? Or why did we make this feature?
Yeah. So the thing about a financial dimension is, in order to do a trial balance and all the other sort of fancy stuff that dimensions can do, a dimension ends up being a lot like an iceberg. What you see is a small amount of the actual what it takes to support it. And that part that you don't see, the 80% that you don't see, is pretty heavy just to
Like
get it valued performance-wise, and it ends up adding up
Like
in when you do. Yeah, you end up like during year-end close and those sorts of things.
Yeah.
I've been sitting over here like wanting to just blurt out, iceberg straight ahead.
Okay.
Like from the Titanic movie.
So the value of this is
now that I did it, I feel better.
Tool.
I'm sorry.
It's better for your performance, but gives you the ability to do that kind of bringing more information into the GL for whatever settlement or comparison reasons you need.
That's
what about,
right.
like,
For
other
any reason.
Analytics and reporting, like, or is this really primarily just for reconciliation and settlement? Do we think, like, would it make sense to use it for like non-trial balance financial statement type reporting?
Analytical reporting, the business process analytics will support it out of the box. And we already have a suggestion.
That's the new reporting, right? It's called business
process Comastina Financial Analytical Reporting is now called Business Process Analytics.
We're so good at renaming products. In case you didn't like catch all of that, it's now called Business Process Analytics.
Do you have a demo of that ready to go?
I do not.
Dang it.
I would be extremely popular if I did.
Yeah. I think we had people bring it up. We talked about like the Finance Reimagined event on a previous Top of Mind, and then I had someone reach out to me afterwards who was really interested. So I'm sure when we have nice demos to show, there's lots of folks out there who would be interested in seeing that.
This journal entry that you have created, Eric, is
okay, so I'm just gonna post it. It's I just put some random tag values on there, and it did complete. And so if I go to this voucher, I'll just hide a few things to get my space back.
You probably don't need that year closed.
You're right. I do not. I barely need the date. And these ones are a feature that should be enabled. So
so it breaks them
they
out.
finally, yeah, they are separate columns here. And of course, then I can do I could do, this is obviously trivial because I can see them all, but you can start filtering and to get different values.
Do they show up in any other screens or just the voucher transaction screen?
Well, the entities do show them,
Mhm.
and I think that the transaction one may show them, and they're not in Accounting Source Explorer yet, but they will be.
Okay.
That's planned. So, yeah, and I think anywhere else that that comes to mind would be good feedback.
So how about like, can you default a financial tag on an item? Like you can default a financial dimension to be used when that item has posting transactions?
You cannot do that today, and you will never be able to do it. But what you will be able to do
Out of the box.
what you will be able to do is what should have been done with dimensions is that there will be a defaulting engine where
Okay.
you can configure rules to do that rather than having it in code like the dimension stuff is today. So
Yeah.
that's planned. It's going to be, I would say, at least probably 34 before we see it.
But
So
that's
stay
still
tuned.
huge.
But
I remember
it's huge, yeah.
if you're trying to pull in like a financial dimension field into a table or anything like that, because they're custom, it's like A, B, C, right? And then it was such a pain. And then I think when we were doing integrations design that needed to populate financial dimensions, it is such a pain because of the way it's written. So
Yep.
if you have the architecture of tags such that it's like a simpler, that
Yeah,
makes so much
it's a much
great.
simpler, and
There's no hash code, I don't think.
And let me quick show one thing. The other nice thing is there's a relatively new feature in GL where you could change the description. You could update it. It doesn't affect your financial statements or anything. So you were allowed to do that. That's right up here. It is a feature, I think. So you have to make sure you enable it. And I need to get my.
Oh, I like that there's a reason for edit. That's nice too.
Yeah, and I can go to, see, I purposely almost made that one not right. So I can go here and I can just change it to 1. And I don't ever really get
you
the.
can edit your description and your tags.
Yeah, but it's gonna make me use the control here. I'll have to figure out why it's not working in general. But and I want to make sure I don't.
And then reason for edit is Eric messed up.
But
so that's going to be
it's nice that it lets you bulk up.
My bad.
So you can highlight a bunch of records and update them all at once.
Yep, and then like I said, I'm not too. I just want to.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Bulk update description with the new value.
Oh, that's the bulk update. I'm just doing one, so I think all I have to do is do that. Yep. Yep. I think I didn't.
I don't know which one you edited.
I edited this. I meant to change this 2 to a 1, and I don't think I did it. So let me try it one more time. I'll admit I've struggled with this thing in the. Oh yeah, this is good. Might be easier.
But still, the implications of this are great. Like.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And then I can just do that. I don't know if it worked. I lost my customization, but it did change it. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you'll be able to fix them, and I think that we've already got an ask to be able to either take a current custom field and sort of convert it to a tag, or and do it at a like, or make updates at a batch level instead of this. Right now, this is a form, and that's the only way to do it. You can do multiple records, but like if you want to retroactively update a bunch of values so you can stop using a dimension, some of that kinds of things would be obviously pretty helpful.
So if somebody was live and interested in using this and replacing a financial dimension with a financial tag, would it make sense for them to do the transition around like a year-end close, just so it's kind of a point in the sand, or does it not matter?
It could, I think, right? They may not be able to. I think that's the point of having some sort of an update
Conversion
plan, is that you need some, I guess, right? It might help for you during month ends too, but you
still need to do year over year and month over month reporting, and be able to compare them. Yeah.
I think some of it probably depends too on like what the tag is for. Lynn asked a question. These updates are before posting. So I think the answer to that is the updates that he was just showing you are after posting.
Yeah, they're after.
Yeah, you're editing the voucher after it's been posted into the general ledger, and you're only allowed to change the description or the tags. You can't change the amount, the date, the GL accounts, the financial dimensions. If you need to do those things, you'd need to reverse your voucher and repost it, like through another journal entry, or, if it was a sales order, you need to go credit it and then recreate the sales order, that sort of thing. So it's just the description and these tags that you're able to edit now.
Right, the things that would not affect a financial statement or a trial balance.
And it has the audit trail. You saw the button there. He didn't click on it, but there is an audit trail where you can see what those edits are to the descriptions and those tags as well. So if you need that audit trail of the voucher editing, you can still get that information as well.
Yeah. I think
it was that bottom button there. Yeah. So if you go to the one that you actually edited.
I think I did the wrong one. It's this one, I think.
There. Yeah. So you can see what he typed in and what the value was before and after.
And then build a report to see how many times Eric has had to specifically modify general journal.
Yeah, exactly. I will promise to improve my skills on that form here. And then I'm going to do an export.
So you're in the data management workspace now, where you're going to export a journal entry?
I'm going to export a couple of things. I'm going to export the general journal account entry, and I'm going to use the reporting one because it's known to be about twice as fast as this one.
That's an amazing tip. Pro tip.
Yeah.
The difference between the two is that
secret undocumented features.
Yeah, the slow one has separate debit and credit fields. But since in the table it's one field with a negative, credits are negative and debits are positive, that conversion, making a virtual field, takes longer. Okay. So
good to know.
Another. Oh, there it is. I'm going to. Where's the? Oh, there it is. I'm going to filter to. Oh, never mind. I forgot. This is the.
So credits go on the left and debits go on the right. Is that correct? Or did I get it backwards?
It's backwards.
Debits on the left, credits on the right.
Okay, I get it.
Sandwich and Kramits.
I thought I remembered one thing from Accounting 101, and it turns out I did not.
At least you didn't say something like debits are always negative and credits are always positive, because
no, it depends on what the the account, like what type it is,
Type
right?
of account. Very
Yeah.
good. See, you do remember something from your accounting 101 class.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I got
sure.
an A. I got an A. So
All right.
And now we're going to see them
oh,
in
it looks
Excel.
like we're at time.
Oh,
We're
And
going
if
to
you
wait
guys
for
can
this,
hang on,
though.
you guys can. I need to drop off, but it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Eric, for the demo. It's just
glad to
super
do it.
awesome.
I'm going
Talk
to
to you
let
later,
you
Ann.
finish this demo before we close out today. But thank you, Ann, for joining
Bye.
us.
See you next
Bye.
week.
Bye-bye. And I just got the first one. This is the general journal account entry. Oh, and I will bring it to the other
Monitor.
Yep, here it is. I will make it big enough that you can see it. And are my tags here? I don't know. Oh, I think that whoever maybe updated this environment did not add the tag fields. Let me see.
Is there like a process you have to go to add your?
No, you shouldn't.
Okay.
Let me check. Oh, I think that one's probably done now. Yeah. Oh, here. Okay. Let me just do it this way. I can't tell if it's finding it or not. I don't see them.
I can't even see these columns. They're so tiny on my screen.
There you go. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, I'll have to figure out why I. Oh,
like how to get them in the entities.
yeah.
So extra steps you have to take, maybe.
Yep. Because I don't. I haven't done anything in the past, but obviously maybe I did it and didn't realize it. So I'll send you an update for next time.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Eric, for taking the time out of your day and for just, like ad hoc doing a quick demo of this feature for us. I think hopefully our viewers found it useful. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today, and we'll see you next week on Top of Mind with Ann and Rachel. Bye, everyone.
Thank you all.